Avilio. Welcome, wizards, witches, and nomads. My name's David Cicello, and thank you for taking the time out of your day and visiting my channel, Wands and Reviews. Severus Snape. Wow. Snape has such a history. Where do I begin? I guess from the beginning, but I'll abridge some of it since there's a lot about Severus Snape, and most likely you already know his history. Severus Snape was an English half-blood wizard and the only child of Muggle Tobias Snape and his mother Eileen Prince, who was a pure-blood witch. Growing up in Spinner's End, Severus did not have a happy relationship with his father and began to identify with his mother's family and created a secret nickname from his mother's maiden name, calling himself the Half-Blood Prince. Lily Evans also lived in the same area, and after watching her for some time, Severus noted that the evident magical abilities of Lily, and he befriended her. He grew to have feelings for her, but she only ever considered him as a friend. Severus attended the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, where he was sorted into Slytherin House. He was saddened when Lily was sorted into Gryffindor House, where she met James Potter. During his time at Hogwarts, Severus came to dislike James and his friends, and they developed a bitter rivalry. Severus, who was introverted and studious, his fellow classmates stated that Severus excelled in his potions work, the dark arts, and was credited for creating a number of spells with his signature spell, Sectum Sempra. He also hung around with those who would eventually become Death Eaters, in which he eventually joined the ranks himself during the First Wizarding War. Severus's actions as a Death Eater are mostly unknown, but was known to be a spy for Voldemort, where he learned of a prophecy where a child would be born in July that could bring the downfall of Voldemort. 2 children were born that year in July, Harry Potter and Neville Longbottom. Severus suffered terrible remorse when Voldemort decided that Harry Potter was the subject of the prophecy and that Lily, the woman who he always loved, was now in danger as a result of his actions. He turned to Albus Dumbledore, asking him to save Lily. Dumbledore agreed, but insisted that Severus now serve him as a spy among the Death Eaters. Despite Dumbledore's best efforts to protect the Potters, Voldemort was tipped off by Peter Pettigrew. Having switched sides ever since the Dark Lord targeted Lily Potter and her child, Severus became the head of Slytherin House and potions master at Hogwarts. As a professor, Snape was a stickler for discipline with little patience for foolishness, yet extremely effective in his job and well respected by other professors. Snape's role during this entire time was extremely sensitive and required master espionage and image control skills, as he and Dumbledore anticipated that Voldemort would once again rise. This brought Severus Snape into conflict with fanatical Death Eaters such as Bellatrix Lestrange, but Snape was almost immediately forgiven by the now reborn Lord Voldemort because Severus could provide him with 13 years of information on Dumbledore and the Order of the Phoenix. Also during this time, Severus treated Harry Potter with coldness and never missed an opportunity to cause him trouble, as any variation from this would have cast suspicion on him. But in reality, he protected Harry on numerous occasions, as he was Lily's son, the woman that he still loved. Now, there were some variances between the books and the movie versions of Harry Potter. In either case, after Severus Snape proved his loyalty to Dumbledore by ending the headmaster's life as requested to protect Draco Malfoy and not to cause any suspicions between Snape and Voldemort, an enraged Harry Potter witnessed this and chased Snape, Draco, and the Death Eaters as they fled the castle. Snape and Harry dueled, where Snape revealed to Harry that he was the Half-Blood Prince. And Harry didn't know it at the time, but there was a plan in motion to bring down the Dark Lord himself. During the Death Eater attack on Hogwarts, Snape was summoned by Lord Voldemort. Voldemort explained to Snape that he believed that Snape was now the master of the Elder Wand for killing Albus Dumbledore, and for the wand to belong to Voldemort, Snape must die. But Snape tried to explain the situation, but before he could, Nagini struck Snape upon Voldemort's command. Harry witnessed this event, and before Snape died, he told Harry to take his tears to the Pensieve. When Harry did, he learned of Snape's past, his mission, and finally understood where Snape's true allegiance always were. The memories provided Harry Potter with the information he needed to ensure Voldemort's final defeat. And today, I would like to share with you the wand of Severus Snape from the Noble Collection. Here is the wand for Severus Snape from the Noble Collection. Made out of an unknown wood with an unknown core, Snape's wand measures in at 13.25 inches in total length. This wand is on the smaller side as wands go. Solid black in color, the thin straight handle leads into a fairly narrow decorative handle. What the design represents is unknown, if it represents anything. It is said that Snape liked to keep his wand up his sleeve for quick retrieval, but it's not known if this became habit from his early rivalry with James Potter and his friends, or if Snape just wanted to keep the wand handy in case a situation arose. Like Snape's cold exterior, his wand is rigid and lacks personality. It is a wand that requires a firm grip to cast those spells of his. This is the wand of Severus Snape from the Noble Collection. Severus Snape is a complex character. He can be cold and calculating on the outside, but he is hiding a struggle on the inside. His actions ultimately justify the end means, even though some disagree with the way he had done it. But you have to remember, he sacrificed a lot. His entire life was to protect what everybody deserves: love. You too can own the wand of Severus Snape. You can purchase it directly from the Noble Collections website. I'll leave a link in the description below. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed this wand video review today. If you did, please click on that thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I really do appreciate it. And remember to share this video with your family and all of your friends. Thank you, and remember to tell someone that you love them.